What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite nerdy podcast where we talk about everything pop culture, but especially sports, comic books, movies, and anime. That podcast being Comic X.
Weeba! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I'm your co-host, James, a.k.a. Comics for Cheap, a.k.a. hashtag Send It to James, a.k.a. What If Sony Made a Good Movie? And I got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, a.k.a. Dino. Please, good sir, hit me with the music. Black Santa, revere me, acknowledge me, a.k.a. I doubt Sony will ever do that. No, you know what? To be fair to Sony, a.k.a. I mean, that first Spider-Man was great. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, But was that with Fox though? I don't know. Who cares? A.k.a. Oh, where's that? Where they at? There they are. Here it is.
Yes.
Super. Gold.
Okay.
What? Water. Sponsored by nobody. We still ain't got no gosh diggity darn sponsors, man. But I'm telling y'all, this is coming to us a whole new year. It's a whole new slew of sponsors ready to sponsor us. I'm telling you, they are knocking down our doors. But until then, we are unsullied since 2021.
That's right. Hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate you chilling with us. Like I said, we talk about everything pop culture and anything that you want to chat about. So drop a comment if you want to. I see we got Vinyl in the house already. He says, hello, everyone. Break out the grape soda on tap and some hot Cheetos. Hell yeah, that sounds delicious.
Hell yeah, indeed, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Love Dragon, man. We're talking about
the flaming hot Cheetos and some grape soda on tap. Grape soda on tap. Oh my god.
What's wrong with that?
That's just that's almost excessive.
What you mean?
Almost.
How?
I'm just
almost.
saying it.
How? It seems like it's not enough.
It's not enough. You turn on the sink and it's just grape soda coming out the faucet.
Yeah, that's right. It's not enough.
Oh Lord. Lordy Lord. All right, we always kick off with a little bit of sports action, so that's how we're gonna start tonight for sure. We gotta start with the Lions game.
Okay, so let's indeed start with that Lion game. Okay. The Lions, the way it looked like they got robbed.
Oh, for sure.
Because, I mean, you can see 68 up there telling him, I'm assuming there's no other reason for him to be there. He's telling him, I'm going to be the eligible receiver too. I guess the ref said he only heard number 70 and he didn't hear 68.
But two players can't report at the same time.
Well, from my understanding, I think they were saying that if it was like set up for each one to be on each side and you take another tight end away, I guess it's possible.
Okay.
But either way, 70 it was said that 68 was the one who was talking. And I guess he got confused and said he only heard 70 or he heard 70. I don't know. That's what the ref said.
Yeah, the cheating ass fucking ref.
The head coach said that, in which, Rex Ryan went off and talked about it on Get Up, I believe it was. And he was like, you go over that stuff with the refs before the game kicks off. Right. And the head coach of the Lions said he did that too.
Yep.
And he said he went over the play and said who would be eligible if they had to go for it. So, the Lions should have won that game.
Yeah, 100%. I have never been more convinced that the NFL is rigged than watching that game. Whether, sports betting or whatever was in command that night. This is the same group of refs, by the way, that officiated the other two worst called games this season.
Ooh,
and
uh-oh.
and the NFL actually took action and demoted the referees after that night.
After the Detroit night or the night with the last one?
After the Detroit night.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I rarely do you see the NFL actually take action against the referees, but
Right.
they did, allegedly. So we'll see what the hell happens. Also, the Lions are 0-6 with this group of referees. I know that might just be a coincidence, but that's also worth noting.
I don't take those as coincidence anymore. After the crap that happened with Chris Paul and that stuff that goes on with that referee on his end, and I think Chris Paul, what was it, Scott, whatever his stupid ref's name is, but anyway, Chris Paul is like 3-19 when that dude coaches playoffs games, and that ref even went to Chris and was like, you know, the record when I coach your games is so and so, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
this dude is doing that. You gonna go to a play and tell him that, and y'all ain't doing nothing, and it all stems back to Chris Paul did go to the league because this dude called some weird stuff on Chris throughout these years. But what really got it popping, this ref, like, I guess Chris Paul's son was out in the hallway, and I guess the kid didn't move fast enough for the ref, and the ref was like cursing at the kid, like, get the F out the way, you idiot. And of course, the kid went back and told his dad, and Chris Paul went to the league about that, and nothing happened. So, and funny enough, that same referee was best friends and at least extremely close, and always on the phone with that referee that got caught with cheating. So just throwing that out there. Just saying.
It's craziness, man. I couldn't believe it watching the game. Like I said, I've never been more convinced that there were some shenanigans going on. Vinyl says, yeah, bro, it was a total rig. Shit was upsetting. I've seen actually in the city of Detroit, this is actually really funny, pictures have started coming up of billboards like on the interstate where they're either trash talking the refs or saying that the dude reported or saying that their record should be 12 and 3 or 12 and 4 instead of what it is. And shit, it's just cracking me up how Detroit is responding to it. But yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. It was insane. It was just insanity.
It was.
And I hate the Cowboys, so I was so pissed that it happened. If we're being real, that's really why I had more of an emotional stake in this game because of how much I hate the Cowboys. Yeah, because of how much I hate them boys.
Them boys. Not the cowmen. Well, cowmen don't even sound right, but you get the point. But yeah, I'm with you. It was a. Now I will say this, and I love this dude's fire, and that's what got the Detroit where they're at where they're at today. This coach is extremely. I respect the hell out of this dude after making fun of his ankle biting press conference, but hell. And them boys bit them ankles, and they tucked some people down. They did more than bite some ankles. They broke some ankles. But
now he's biting knees.
Now he biting knees. Now he done upgraded. He breaking ankles now. This is an amazing season what he's done with those boys.
Up the body.
This team is locked in, and they believe in him. But I will say this because I'm fair. I did not like him going for it again.
I agree with you. I was surprised that after the penalty that they didn't line up for the field goal to send it into overtime. That didn't make no sense to me. And then after the second penalty, they did it again. I was like, okay, that's just silliness. But all of that shouldn't have even happened to begin with.
No, it shouldn't have happened. No, it shouldn't have. You're 100% right. That shouldn't even popped off. We should be talking about, hey, man, Detroit is 12 and so, which is pretty amazing. Again, no one would have predicted that. So, just a crappy situation for them. But at least they're still in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, they had already clinched their division for like the first time in 30 years or something like that, which is crazy. let's see what else. What else notable happened? We had the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson might have just sealed his MVP.
Yeah, the Ravens absolutely spanked the Dolphins. But here's the thing: Lamar has still yet to win a game that matters. I'm talking about a playoff game, a championship game. I'm talking about Super Bowl. He hasn't won anything in college either, as far as like high stakes championship.
Yeah, because
so until he does that,
sure he won a Heisman in college. But you're right, in terms of like championship stuff like that, no.
Yeah. Until that happens,
because I had a guy at my
I
job.
want to see that happen.
Oh, I definitely want to see it happen. I had a guy at my job, and he was like, what do you think if like Lamar winning this MVP will shut his doubters up? I was like, no, it won't. The only thing that's going to shut his doubters up is if he gets to a Super Bowl. Like, his doubters are going to say, yeah, you won the MVP, but when you get knocked in the playoffs, that's what matters the most. You got to have those playoff wins to really solidify yourself, and he needs to make a deep run. He was like, well, what if he at least win one game? That's not good enough. Like, especially with how this team is built, Lamar has to at least, in my opinion, he has to at least get to the Super Bowl.
You got to go all the way.
I think he needs to go all the way, but at least to shut some doubters up, he needs to at least get there. Now, to completely shut their asses up, he needs to win the whole thing.
Of course, yeah.
But he got to at least get there. Because if he goes out there and they get knocked in their first game, them doubters are going to get louder.
I'm going to chuckle a little bit, I can't lie.
I mean, I'm not a Lamar doubter or a hater, but I'm definitely going to come up here and be like, yo, he failed. Like, that's extremely disappointing. You a two-time Heisman winner and you got knocked out already, huh? Like, you gotta make some noise, man. Like that, like regular season's cute and all, but it matters in the playoffs.
Right.
So he got to do something, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Especially if somehow Joe Flacco end up knocking him out. That'd be crazy right there.
Flacco. Bro, Flacco is on his Linsanity run right now. He's just been going from straight off the couch to putting up some numbers. Yeah, we'll see what happens with him. The Ravens, the best thing about the Ravens still right now is their defense. I can't lie. Like, Lamar is great, of course. I can't take anything away from Lamar.
They wouldn't be there without Lamar, though, too. Like, if you take Lamar off the team, they're not that good.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. But stopping one of the highest scoring teams or holding them to only 13 points or whatever it was.
Very impressive.
Absolutely.
Waddle didn't play, though, right? Did he play? I don't think
Waddle didn't play. Oh, okay.
I know
Hill
Waddle
was in.
Played, and I think Tyreek played.
Yeah, Hill was in. I know Achane was in.
Yeah, Tyreek played, though.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty much, I mean, everything else, Panthers got shut out. The owner got fined $300,000 for throwing a drink on the Jacksonville fan.
That was so childish. That guy's a loser. You are a loser. There's nothing, and I mean nothing, that fan could have said for you to justify throwing your drink on him. You are a chump.
Bro,
I
was dying. I thought that shit was so fucking funny.
I thought that was so childish.
Here's my thing. Here's the only part where I have a problem out of this whole situation. The NFL is fining him $300,000. You think the fan's going to get any money out of that? No.
I mean, the fan could press charges. It ain't gonna go anywhere.
I was gonna say trying to sue a billionaire when you're sitting in the upper deck is probably not gonna go over so well for you. But
the thing is, even because here's the thing, there's footage of it. It's not like it's just like he said, she said. There's footage of him throwing the drink on the guy.
Oh yeah, I know.
But the problem is, one, it's not going to be looked at as that big of a deal when a guy has that much money on his side, and he's just
certainly no injury. Fight that. Certainly no injuries. So
no injuries.
Like how much damages could you really sue for?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying you can press charges, but it ain't gonna do anything. And at the end of the day, just like you said, is the fan gonna see any of that? No. And how much was it? 300 what?
The NFL fined him $300,000.
he pisses that.
I know.
Like that's nothing.
They said that's like the average American spending $2.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's
can
about
you
right.
imagine?
I'll say $1.50. Honestly, I'll say $1.50.
$1.50. Can you imagine having so much money that $300,000 is like spending $2?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What I'm saying. It's crazy, isn't it? But I mean, think about it. Again. This guy's a billionaire, so billions. You know what I'm saying? Not just one. He got a couple. So him losing that tiny bit of money, I mean, that's literally like that's nothing. Like you said, it's $2 to me, $1.50 for that man. So that ain't nothing. He just gets that, write that shit off, whatever. He laughing. He like, that's it? That's all y'all gonna do, huh? I gotta throw some drinks on some more fools. That's all y'all gonna do. Y'all ain't.
I don't think he's laughing because Jacksonville beat them 26-0. But maybe he's laughing about the fine amount. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's laughing.
I think that he needs to
was
sell
obviously
the
upset
Panthers.
that his team was getting that ass whooped.
Yeah, he needs to get out of the fucking game. Maybe if they didn't draft Bryce Young like a bunch of idiots, then they wouldn't be in this fucking predicament. I don't think
that's fair to completely blame it on Bryce Young, though. That team is just bad.
Yeah, and Bryce.
That's not a good team. Like, that's a really bad team with nothing. So, I mean, for Bryce, it sucks for him because he got put in a situation where
the trades that happened to acquire Bryce, like it's not just the one act of drafting Bryce. It was all the shit that he did to acquire the draft of Bryce.
Yeah, like that's why. Like I always bring it up. ESPN always brings it up because we both find it extremely funny. The idiot gave up his draft pick.
Yeah.
Overall, with all the stuff they've done to the Bears, to the trades and all this, Bryce Young, the McCaffrey, and all those stupid things they did, you gave up your draft pick knowing damn well
look how well Moore is doing this year.
Like knowing damn well this team is bad, and you're going to draft a quarterback that high. Why would you think it's a good idea to even think about giving up your draft pick? You really thought that your team was going to be better?
Bro, it's the Panthers. It's the poverty franchise of the NFL.
I mean,
I'd say if in the next 5 years they amass 20 wins in 5 years, I will be shocked.
20 wins in 5 years.
Correct. Yes. I would be shocked.
I don't know if I would, because
we're talking about a complete full rebuild beyond just, what are we getting the next draft? Nothing, because we fucking ain't getting shit next year either. Who are we picking up? Nothing. We got no one to offer anybody. No one wants our bum-ass team.
No, and I don't see a reason why a top free agent would be like, you know where I want to go? I want to go to the Panthers. Yeah.
So we're going to fucking sign.
We're going to win a championship there.
We're going to sign some undrafted half talent.
Okay.
Hope that we can get them up to par in the off season.
Okay.
Or, preseason or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's going to be another dismal year next year for sure. Guaranteed. And yeah, I would say, and then 3 years following that, there's no way.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know about the 10 wins. I'm sorry, 20 wins in 5 years. I don't know. Because if they don't win 20 wins in 5 years, that's really, dang. Because 5 years is a lot. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
We're talking about 20%. So roughly, it's going to be a little bit less. So it's going to be about 90 games in 5 years. Mm-hmm. So 90 games and 20 wins, and so 20 and 70. That's what I think they're going to go.
Okay.
2-7 on average. 4-14.
All right. No matter what, me and you are going to definitely keep this in mind, and I'm gonna come back to you in 5 years from now and be like, "Well, damn."
Sure. 100%. And if I'm wrong, I would be glad to be wrong. As a Panthers fan, I'd be glad to be wrong. 100%. I'd be like, hell yeah, we win some games. That's what I was wrong. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong, so we'll see.
Okay. Because it's just like with the Detroit Pistons in the NBA, where they're just like the technical average is that the Detroit Pistons will end this season and be the worst team in American history. I don't think that's the case, because I don't believe Detroit, because one, if you
American
actually
history,
look at
that's crazy.
before I get to Detroit, are we finished with the NFL? Is there anything else?
I think we're good. Yeah, there wasn't really anything else. No,
Okay.
I'm trying to look at the other games. Oh, Eagles lost to the Cardinals. That was pretty exciting. But
That was disappointing. That
yeah, other
was
than
pretty
that,
disappointing. But it basically boils down to what I've said all year. Like Jalen Hurts, like the Eagles overall have had a good season, but Jalen Hurts has not been playing good at all this year.
Final Dragon said, "Did I mean that they'll go 0-20 instead of having 20 wins?"
If they go 0-20, Jesus Christ, that would be wow.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, Jalen Hurts has not been having a good year. The team itself overall has been all right, but him individually, his numbers have not been good. I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know either, but I mean, the team was 11-1. That one was to the New York Jets, but that's embarrassing enough. And then they didn't win at all in December. 4 straight losses, baby.
Some issues here, man.
Yeah,
some real issues. Patrick Mahomes won 10 games, so go ahead, keep calling him a fraud. 10 win quarterback.
You know what? Again. I am so excited that Patrick Mahomes got his win against who? The Bengals, without anybody. No,
yeah.
The crippled Bengals. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it would have been an exciting game if they had stayed healthy right there at the end of the season. They both probably would have been coming off of some storms if Mahomes had someone to throw to, and
And make sure I get this straight. Not to get this straight, so let me make sure I clarify something. Because for anybody who's watching, because I had somebody at my job like, man, he really hates Patrick Mahomes. No, he doesn't.
I do not hate Patrick Mahomes.
He is just having fun. He is a beyond Patrick Mahomes fan and supporter.
Absolutely.
He's just having some fun. Remember, this dude did pick them to win the whole fucking thing last year. And he picked Patrick Mahomes to win MVP last year. And that
sure did.
So let's not get that twisted. He's just having some fun. Because Patrick Mahomes is obviously not a fraud. He has
obviously one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He does talk a little bit like Kermit the Frog, which is funny, but he is still one of the greatest. And this year is just not his year. It was bound to happen. There had to be a year.
And think about that. Even to say it like that, he's not even having like a terrible like scrub season, and his team still won 10 games. And technically, he could go get hot and just win the Super Bowl. He could.
It is a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen, but it is a possibility.
Because again, I brought it up before. Each year the Giants won a Super Bowl, they want nobody sitting there saying, "Oh, the Giants are going to win this year." That was like, man, they got their asses in. They'd be lucky if they get one game. And they got hot.
True.
It's all about the playoffs. It's getting in. Then go on from there.
Captain Comics, ahoy! He says, "Ahoy, mates and mermaids. What's going on? How you doing?"
Ahoy!
100%. No, it's just it's funny to make the jokes, but in all honesty, I do root for him. I do hope that he gets his stuff together. He was still even looking a little shaky in this game against the Bengals, but he got it done. So he got, it is what it is. What were we moving to? You said we were moving on to.
Oh, I was just saying super quick about Detroit.
Detroit
basketball is not being streamed right now. They recently snapped their 28-game losing streak.
Yep, I saw that.
Is a record.
Like barely too, right? Within 3 points.
Yeah. Wasn't very good. But here's the thing, though. I will say this: Monty Williams, their head coach. Me personally, I don't know if he's a good coach. I'm starting to really question how good of a coach he is. And it's not because of this team is really bad and blah, blah. Yeah, I know that. But like a lot of their losses are really close losses, are like meltdowns at the end. Like at one game, they was up like 66 to like 30 something. And they lost that game. Dang. And it comes down to then it's like, what is the coach doing? Because and don't get me wrong, I don't know how good Cade Cunningham actually is. Like, he's putting up some numbers, but is he putting these numbers up? Because if you really look at his overall statistics and you look at his true NBA statistics, he's kind of bad. Like he's a turnover machine. His shooting percentage ain't really that good. His decision making is very questionable. Like, and for whatever reason, Detroit does not know what a pick and roll actually is, and it's kind of concerning. But like, just on Cade, like, I don't know how good he is. I don't know. But the team itself, there's a lot of wins where it's like your coach should be able to motivate you to not make these mistakes. And some of these lineups should not be lineups. It kind of makes you question, like, maybe Phoenix was on to something when they fired you after you became coach of the year. Like, maybe they had the right move. Because there's something with Monty Williams that I'm starting to question, like, dude, like, how good of a coach are you?
Right.
How good really are you? Because, like, some of these losses, yeah, the players are playing, but you got to take, like, some of these on him, too, with these meltdowns. Like, you should be able to, like, get your guys not to melt down like this.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to go too ham on just yet because it is a bad Detroit team, but there's some questions there that they got to get fixed. And to sum it all up, I'll get to Detroit another time, but to end it all, what I'm mainly getting at, I don't think, because they're saying they're on pace to basically literally be the worst team in American sports history. I don't think that's going to happen. I can't believe they're going to go
in basketball history, right?
Game losing streak.
It can't be in American sports history. That'd be insane.
No, honestly, right as of right now, if the season was to end right now, statistically speaking, there was a breakdown on it. Yeah, they would be the worst team in American sports history. And they're on pace to keep that going. Like, no, it's that bad in Detroit. Because there's a reason why they was on that 28-game losing streak. Like, their numbers and statistics, it is bad, bro. It is really, really bad. And they was comparing it to, like, every team from teams in hockey, the worst team in hockey, the worst team in baseball, the worst team in football. They was comparing all of that stuff and just looking at American teams, and it was just like, no, yeah, if everything was to stop and you was to even it out, they're currently the worst team, and they're on pace to actually take that record. But again, I just can't see that happening. Like, I believe they're going to win more than 7 games. So, maybe about 3 weeks from now, we'll be talking more about this.
So. But I mean, goddamn.
I'm hoping so too. But yeah, because I look at it like, especially considering a lot of their losses was like real bad meltdowns. Like, I think that could be adjusted and corrected. They're not going to be a good team by any means, but they can do something.
Well, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope they are able to win 7 games between now and April. But we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. Because the Bobcats was the record with 7 losses. I mean, it's only 7 wins in a season in the NBA, but the season was also shortened too. It wasn't a full 82-game season, so that's fair. That's something to also put in perspective.
Another Charlotte team, golly.
Yep, of course, the Charlotte Bobcats, right? Of course, right?
Of course. Yeah. All right, just real quick, I wanted to shout out the New York Rangers one time for still being number 1 in the NHL as far as their record goes. Most wins currently in the NHL. Nice. The Hurricanes need to pick it up, though. Carolina Hurricanes need to get their act together.
Are they going bad or something?
They're definitely like more middle of the pack than they usually are. So it is unfortunate. Although they've come up a little bit as far as like they're in the same division as the Rangers. So they're second in their division. They're just like the Rangers are so good that second in their division still makes them like middle of the pack in the full NHL. So they just need to get their shit together. But Rangers, man, they are on a tear. It's crazy. Okay. It is crazy. It's exciting to see. I haven't seen them like this in a while as far as being this good. Hopefully it continues, maintains. I get to go see them. One of my Christmas presents was tickets to the game when they come to Raleigh. So I'm really excited about that. It'll be tough to watch them play the Hurricanes. That's really the only way that I get to watch them is when they play the Hurricanes. But so since I'm a fan of both of them, but still more of a Rangers fan, it is still tough to see the split between the two. And of course, Alexis goes and she wears a Hurricanes jersey, and I wear a Rangers jersey. So it's always fun to have the divided house in the seats there.
Okay. There you go. That sounds good. That sounds real nice.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll wrap up sports with that. So let's move into some comic book related news. So I heard about there's a new Batman like animated show that's in the works right now. Apparently it's like just being wrapped up as far as writing. It's called Batman Caped Crusader. And according to the writers, I know it's being compared with the animated series right off the bat just because that's, the standard. But they're saying that it's more of like a noir feel than the animated series and more visual violence as well, which is an interesting way to put it, I guess. So more visual violence and more of a noir feel for this new series, which this is the first time I've heard about it. I didn't even hear about this new animated series, but it's called Batman Caped Crusader, and the first season is being wrapped up as far as writing goes. So
what is it going to be on?
I don't know. Like I said, I just found out about this. I need to do a little more research. I was just watching some stuff about or reading some stuff about the the writers kind of talking about it, saying that they just kind of finished up writing it or writing the first season, and that was going to be more like a noir and a little more violent than the animated series, and I'm excited. I'm excited for a new Batman series.
Yeah, me too. That sounds pretty dope. Definitely gonna be interesting to see what it is on. I'm assuming it's gonna be on some streaming network.
The Max network, probably, where all the other DC stuff is. Yeah.
Definitely when they say it's more violent, so I doubt it'll be on anything like a Cartoon Network or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's still
Saturday morning cartoon,
They're probably still shooting for that. I can't see them trying to make like a Mortal Kombat Batman series or something like that, but probably still shooting for that audience, just maybe kicking up the violence a little bit.
Because I'm going to assume they're going to be wanting some type of, like, not obsessive blood, like you said, but still it's going to be some bloody scenes. So
we'll have to see. I'll have to do a little more research too.
Same here. I'm going to do the same thing because it's going to be awesome to see some cool Batman.
Oh yeah,
new Batman stuff is going to be pretty good. So okay,
for sure. Speaking of streaming stuff, I don't know if you heard, but the competitors to Netflix. So we're talking about like Disney Plus, Paramount, Peacock, Max, all that kind of stuff. A collective net loss of $5 billion in 2020.
Billions would it be?
With a B, $1 billion, $5 billion loss from those companies in 2023. So ridiculously excessive and high that we're already hearing reports about like conglomerates forming, partnerships forming. They're kind of maybe getting rid of their streaming platform altogether, and so we're looking at possibly, I don't know, we'll maybe a cut down in streaming services being offered. Obviously, we already know Disney and Hulu are dissolving together into like one app for Disney Plus and Hulu. So that's happening for sure. Paramount was in talks with Discovery and HBO. So Paramount Plus and HBO Max or Max, I guess, they might dissolve into one. Peacock was talking about getting rid of their streaming service and just going back to shopping their shows with the other streaming services, which is what they had done to begin with. I feel like this is good news and bad news. I feel like there's going to be less things that you have to subscribe to. But at the same time, I feel like now they're all going to, again, raise their prices because...
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, because they can, right? Because you were paying for, this and this, and now you're just paying for this. So,
and I doubt they're going to have, combine all of their libraries, so you're going to be losing out on something.
Right. Right.
So
Oh, for sure.
that's something to also keep in mind. And yeah, so I'm with you. One side is good and the other side is kind of questionable. Yeah.
What's up, Cali Comics? How you doing?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, I was just you mentioned the streaming thing, and that just kind of popped in my head because that was a very interesting article I was reading. But it's like it was kind of just like a no brainer, like no shit. Like
Yeah.
people can barely afford their utilities and groceries. You know, you think they can afford 7 different streaming platforms on top of that
It is too much.
monthly?
Yeah.
It's great. It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
piracy has come back to like an all-time high as
Of
far
course.
as shows and movies and everything like that.
Yeah. Which makes
Um,
sense.
even these like gaming services where they're saying if you buy the game digitally, you don't technically own it, so they could take it away at any time.
Yeah, it's
Where it's just
100%
like,
true. Which is kind
okay,
of fucked up. I don't like that.
yeah, which well, that means if I steal the game or pirate the game, it's not technically stealing, right? I could delete the game at any time.
No, because what's really crappy about that too, like a lot of these games too, if let's say for whatever reason your internet goes out, you can't play that game now.
Mm.
Yeah, which is really crappy.
Yeah, that is crappy.
Which is
I
like
agree.
really, really freaking crappy. And it's like you pay for it, but you what? Like seriously, I'm paying for this streaming thing, and like okay, like for instance, Xbox, you got the obviously got the gold or whatever, and then you got the I forgot what that crap is, but it gives you a bunch of games or whatever.
Yeah.
And like if like I remember I had something where they was working on my internet, so it cut for a little while. I couldn't play any of the games. Couldn't play any of those games because it was like, yeah, oh well, you need internet, fam. Like get the internet.
Even if you had already downloaded the game.
Yeah, even if it's already downloaded, it's like, nope, can't play
That's
it.
ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Game Pass,
Well,
that's what it's Game Pass. Game Pass.
Game
Yeah.
Pass.
So like, nah, fam. Nah, the internet ain't
Nah,
play.
nah, man.
Nah, fam. Get that internet back, then you can play.
While
like,
we're
oh,
on the
wow,
topic
okay.
of ridiculous gaming things, have you heard or seen or whatever the PlayStation Portal?
I know about the PlayStation Portal.
Yeah, like the little handheld, but you have to connect it to your. Okay. This is the most worthless, useless piece of technology, gaming technology that has ever come out. Period.
Why you say that?
Okay, so Alexa's dad bought her one, thinking that it was going to be like you could put games on it, kind of similar to the Switch, and then you could play those games wherever. No, that's not the case. So you have to have it connected to a PS5, which means you already have to have a PS5. This is not a replacement for a PS5. And then you have to be on the same internet connection as that PS5 at the time that you are playing whatever it is that you're playing. And it's not only that, like the PS5 is simultaneously running and relaying that information back to the PlayStation Portal, which means that it's glitchy and slow as fuck.
Yeah. Yep.
It's garbage.
It is garbage. It is definitely nowhere
Alexis
near as awesome and amazing as the Switch is.
Yeah, no, it's awful. Switch apparently is coming out. There are heavy rumors that the Switch 2 is on its way.
I mean, to be fair, no, I do think it is on its way, but this rumor has technically been going on for literally 3 years now. So
sure, I've just heard. I've heard it a little more recently.
On its way. It has literally been 3 whole years since that rumor started, and it's been getting like it's this year. Oh, okay. Then the next year. It's this year. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then the next year. It is this year. But it is on its way. But I'm not gonna believe it until it actually shows up. But yeah, it's on its way.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I had to get that out there that the PlayStation Portal is garbage. It's not worth your money. If you got one for Christmas, you should sell it. And don't even have it in your house. It's trash.
Don't even have it in your house.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not worth it.
No, it ain't worth it.
It's silly. Like what? So I get like you could have it, I guess, if the family's using the TV and you wanted to play the PlayStation and you only had the one TV, or that might be the case. And so you can play it on the couch while you're hanging with the family while they're watching something else on the TV. Mm-hmm. But like other than that, it makes no sense to have it. And even if you did have it for that, it glitches so bad that like I can't even imagine playing like an internet or online game with some buddies or whatever and trying to have that process through too.
The net code of like I'm just looking at it as a fighter, like playing a fighting game or something online. That net code would be terrible.
Terrible.
Oh my god, net codes are already crazy on certain games. So, oh man, that would be a nightmare to play. Oh hell no.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why Sony decided to release that. But yeah, it's not a smart idea.
Damn. I remember the old PSP back in the day. That shit was dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the PlayStation Portable was dope. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
That shit was really cool, man.
Play all sorts of games on that. And and you could
had a pretty straight library too. I mean, it was super. The problem with it though, it was gigantic and like overseas, especially in Japan and shit. But here in America, it just did not. It didn't click the way it needed to.
Which is weird because it was a quality product.
Yeah, it was actually good, and it got overall good reviews. It just didn't sell the way it needed to. But over in fucking Japan, it sold like hotcakes.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think it was almost like just ahead of its time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I agree
because because I mean, if it had come out, I would say like a year or two before the Switch, it would have done gangbusters.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, I would say it was like just a hair ahead, because it was like 2002 or 3 that it came out.
Yeah, sound about right.
That area. And then they didn't sell as well, so they didn't. They didn't invest too much into like going forward with it. So yeah, I think if it had just come out in like 2005 or 6, I think it would have done a lot better. Yeah. Speaking of Sony, Sony rumors are in the works that they are developing a standalone Dr. Octopus and Mysterio film now to go along with the rest of their solo Spidey villain films.
Why the fuck do I want to see a standalone Mysterio movie?
With no Spider-Man.
Why would I want to see that? Like, what?
I don't know. Obviously, now they're 100% building towards a Sinister Six.
That just sounds so dumb.
So here's the question. So obviously they're building towards the Sinister Six. There's no question in my mind about it at this point that is what they're trying to do. We have the Kraven, we got Doc Ock and Mysterio now. We've had Morbius, we've had Venom. There were talks of El Muerto and who was the other guy? The fucking Hypno Hustler. We've had all of these movies from Sony. So are we building up a Sinister Six to introduce Miles Morales into a live universe? Is that what we're doing? Are we building up a Sinister Six to fight Null?
But think about that. You're building this Sinister Six. Even if like you want to say, "Oh, this is for Miles," this is Peter's library.
Yeah. Well, maybe they introduce Miles.
For Miles to be the first one to fight them does not make any sense.
They just straight up kill Peter in the first 5 minutes of the movie and then bring in Miles.
It just brings in Miles and be like, "Oh, no, this is library now." Wait, what? Like, yeah, he could fight them. That's cool. But Peter should be the one to fight them first. No, it's Miles.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, okay. But what? You don't like it? Are you racist? You got a problem with the black people? Like, this whole thing sounds so like. I'm sorry, I can't get past Mysterio.
Mysterio movie
standalone.
Doc Ock standalone.
I love Doc Ock. I really do. Mysterio, 100%. I can take him or leave him, but I love Doc Ock. I don't want a standalone Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Like, again, his best work is with Spider-Man. Or you can make the argument when he became Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Either way, is dealing with Spider-Man, not him. Not just Doc Ock by himself.
I don't know, man. I don't
get it.
I don't get it either. I really don't.
Think about what a Mysterio standalone would be. It would be like him doing magic tricks and us getting sympathy because he's like a loser and he's not that good of a magician. But then he gets like some special tablet that makes him a good magician, or he finds some, or he really just starts lying to a high level, or like all this crap I'm saying. It sucks. It don't sound interesting for me to sit there and spend money to go to a theater and watch an hour, close to 2 hours of that.
Of CGI magic tricks? You don't want to watch a whole movie? You don't want to watch a whole movie of CGI magic tricks, Chris? That's crazy.
I don't. I know. That's crazy. I know. I'm weird.
Damn.
I know.
I expect better from
my taste. My taste is just terrible. Like, come on, son. Yeah,
I'm with you. It sounds ridiculous. These are still unconfirmed rumors, but you know how those usually turn out to be on the true end when they're heavily rumored like these are. So, we
already got freaking Morbius, which was garbage, and we got Craven, which looks like that's going to be garbage. I mean, it's hard to say that. Yeah, like I wouldn't be shocked if they. Again, we got Madam freaking Web, which looks like garbage.
Don't forget about Madam Web.
The internet was roasting that freaking trailer, and they should.
Which introduced who? Fucking fucking Julia Carpenter, Madam Web, a young ass Madam Web too, super young Madam Web, and what's his name? Is it Moreland? More something. Starts with an M. I can't remember. Whatever the fucking villain is, I forgot his name. But yeah, so we got those guys. Yeah. But I wonder if Sony's really going to try to use every side piece character of Spider-Man that they possibly can.
I want to know what goes on in those meetings to have them come up with this idea and say, sounds good, let's go with it. I want to know what process, if there is a process, because I am starting to believe that joke I'll be making, if there's just some monkeys in the room just throwing it at a dart, and they whatever it lands on, it just like, that works, just do it. Like, I'm starting to believe that has to be the case now, right? Because like Madam Web,
right?
Web, it's all puns on Spider-Man. All of this has to do with Spider-Man. It all has to do with the Spider-Verse. And yet you're like, no, this is a standalone movie that has nothing to do with Spider-Man. What?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who this character is and when she was introduced and what she was doing? It wasn't like they introduced her and then for like 10 years she was just doing her own stuff and then she just happened to join Spider-Man for something. Her whole character is built around Spider-Man.
Yes.
But yet, we're going to say, nah, we're going to do a standalone movie.
Standalone.
With Madam Web.
That is correct. I don't see the problem there.
I'm missing something, man.
You are missing the fact that the whole theater is going to be staring at Sydney Sweeney's tits the entire time.
Why does it have to go there?
It has to. Because that's the only thing that's going to be interesting about this whole movie. And I've already seen the tits. And it's still going to be the only thing that's interesting about this movie. Washed up, recycled tits. That's it.
Oh my God. Okay. Washed up.
Ain't even
recycled tits. Okay.
Ain't even fresh titties. They recycled titties. I've seen them before.
What?
I already seen them. They ain't even fresh.
Okay. All right.
They ain't even hot off the press. You know what I mean?
I don't think I know what you mean. But either way, I don't understand why the hell are we getting a fucking Madam Web? Why did they feel we need to get a Craven?
I don't know.
Why did they even feel we need a Morpheus movie by himself?
Morbius,
Like
yeah, I don't
Morbius,
know.
we didn't need that.
No, I don't know.
We
I don't
didn't need
know.
that. We didn't know damn
We don't
Craven.
need any of it. We don't need any of it.
Man, it's crap. You
And
know
yet
what
we
we
have
need?
it.
Better Spider-Man movies or stories.
Yeah.
Just give us more Spider-Man.
Give me some
Give
more
us
Spider-Man,
Sony's
baby.
version of Spider-Man. Do that.
Yeah.
Figure that out. And then have these villains be the villains you use in the movies.
For sure.
Because you haven't had Craven in the other movies. So you can use them for that. You haven't had Morbius in the other movies. So you can use them for that.
Right.
Bingo. Instead of giving these guys their own movies. Why? And then you can have Madam Web be a partner of Spider-Man. That makes more sense. See,
Yep.
you have all these people that you could have used for your own Spider-Man verse in
Yep.
the movies.
Yep.
Where you don't have to think of, man, who should we use for a villain that hasn't been used? You got these guys here.
Right.
Could have been the story you're telling. Instead, you give them their own movies. And then you're shocked that, Morbius bombed. Craven's going to bomb. There's no question about it. And then let's call it what it is. This Madam Web is going to bomb too.
I have a good feeling it's going to bomb, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna bomb.
It ain't going to do good. It's not a gangbusters movie in the box office for sure.
And for them, they're going to be like, well, this just shows that the superhero genre is the problem. No, idiots. It shows that the crap that you put out is the problem. Like, come on, just do Spider-Man. There's no way. I mean, honestly, if you fell at Spider-Man, you'll be the first.
Yeah.
Because the other ones have done great. So if you can't even get that rolling, then honestly, it's you guys. And you need to sell all the rights. Get you some money and get rid of them. Because you guys can't do it.
Right.
Oh, man. Just don't even know anymore, man.
I got one last piece of news info.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be right around there. So last piece of news is that Steven Yeun, who we talked about last week, who's going to play Sentry.
Oh, boy.
Has now been fired by Disney.
Wait. He's been fired? What did he do?
He will no longer be a part. And you know how we were joking around that he was going to take on the Thunderbolts? That's exactly where they were going to fucking put him.
Was it really?
Yes. He will know. They said he has been fired from the Thunderbolts project, and he will no longer be playing Sentry.
Wow. See, I mean, we just knew it, man. Damn. But hold on, what did he do to get fired? I thought he might have just stepped down.
I think they're saying parting ways. I don't think they're straight up saying that he's been fired, but
okay.
I mean,
maybe
it sounds like he's been.
I'm good.
It sounds like he's been fired. That is true. Maybe he saw the script and was like, "Nah, this is I'm not about to get chumped by Yelena Belova." But there's a lot of speculation. It's because he leaked the fact that he got the part to Robert Kirkman, who then leaked it on the podcast to everybody, which is how we all found out about it. So, there is a little bit of speculation there, but it could 100% be that they were like, "This is garbage. Why am I losing a fight to, Black Widow Part 2?" And that could happen.
I mean, because bro, you can't tell a story where you're gonna tell me even Black Widow would be like, "Oh yeah, Black Widow went out there and just mollywopped the Sentry." Like, I'm sorry. So it's like, who on that damn team? Who? And you sitting there telling me should be out there a challenge to the Sentry? Like, if he showed
aside from Red Hulk, nobody, and even Red Hulk, no.
Even Red Hulk, he would be the one to give the best performance.
Yeah,
but that don't mean anything.
Yeah,
that just means he was a bigger bug that got squashed.
Right.
Like, all of them shit, like literally him looking at them, him just clapping his hands should just knock all of them out completely, send them all across the world or whatever. Like, seriously, the Sentry is a whole nother level of power.
Yeah,
where it's like, bro, this is not a fair fight. This is just not a fair fight at all. And the last thing you want this dude to do is lose control. So not even with just that. It's also like, let's go back to what you said. Rumors of, obviously all rumors of him potentially being fired because he leaked it. The Century ain't even that. Like, I love the Century. You love the Century. We know what the Century can do, and comic book fans know what the Century can do. But let's not make it seem like the Century is this giant name in the world that the whole world is like, oh my God, you leaked the Century? You're playing him? Oh, you got to be fired for that. Like, seriously? Like, if he did get fired for that, it's the Century, dude. Calm down, Marvel.
Yeah, I mean,
this ain't like this dude is the new Spider-Man and he linked that, or he's the new Iron Man and he completely linked that.
I'm with you.
He's a complete like S hero to the world that everybody know who this person is. Like, there's a bunch of people who are still just like, oh, who's the Century really?
Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
Calm down, Marvel.
But if there was any type of NDA in his contract, technically he violated the NDA. You know,
that's fair.
So, you know, that fucking Tom Holland got in trouble for shit. Mark Ruffalo got in trouble for shit.
I was about to say Mark. How many times have he leaked stuff on different shows? They kept trying to get him now every time he go on a talk show just to say something stupid.
Yeah.
Well, he had to openly say, I can't say anything anymore.
But luckily, in their cases, they had already, you know, wrapped up everything that they were doing at that point. So it would be really hard to get rid of them at that point. Century hasn't done anything yet, so.
No, I mean, that's very true. No,
if that was the case, and he did have an NDA or anything like that, even if he confided in his friend, Robert Kirkman, who then just pissed away that trust and leaked it on the podcast that Stephen Yen wasn't even on. That's a good
point. And be fair, I would be pissed at my boy. Because, of course, you know, like, I would tell you something, and I know you ain't gonna come and leak that shit on somebody else's podcast. Like, I would be pissed at you.
Right.
Like, vice versa. You tell me something, yo, I'm about to be so-and-so, and I go on somebody's shit and be like, yo, my man James about to be fucking playing fucking Reed Richards, yo. Like, oh my God, I can't wait for that shit. And he just, dude, seriously?
Yeah. Like, bro, I haven't even had day one on the job yet.
Right. You got me fired without me actually doing anything. Are you serious, dude? You got me fired. Like, yeah, I would. Me and homie would have to throw hands, yo. Like, we would have to talk like men. Because you done got me fired from my kid, and I didn't even do anything to get fired from it. You got me fired from words.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, but it could be the other way where he was like, you know what, this script looks like trash, and you know, I don't want to be a part of this. Maybe he's like, this super suit looks pretty gay, and I don't really want to be in it. And could have been something like that. I don't know. You know,
he got called by Blade, and Blade was like, "Yo, your script is similar to mine." He's like, "Word, all right, cool, bet. Let me call you back." He calls Marvel. Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm good. We haven't signed the official stuff, so I'm good. Get somebody else.
Yeah, he's all done. He's all done.
Dude was like, I already heard the ending. You don't know the ending. Widow whoops my ass, breaks my neck. Yo, who told you? But man, see what I'm saying, man. I don't want. Nah, I'm good. I'm out.
Hawkeye. He loses to Hawkeye.
He loses to Hawkeye with one single bow. One bow. Yeah. He just shoots it one time, one shots him.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was ridiculous.
I did hear one more thing that's interesting. I heard that the X-Men is going to be female focused.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Like, Jean's going to run the team, or like what?
The report just said it's female focused. So I would assume that it ain't going.
Well, isn't that what they're saying about every movie right now? They're all going to be. That seems to be the theme.
Seems to be the theme, doesn't it? And if you look at, you haven't watched What If yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Bro, the whole second half of What If is based, like, literally, to me, from like episode maybe 4 and gone, is literally just female focus.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. I mean, it comes to true. Like, yeah, I guess these rumors, like, it's hard to like not believe these rumors.
It is, but at the same time, Bob Iger has like come out and been like, enough is enough with this type of thing, and Kevin Feige's trying to turn stuff around. I don't know, man. if that is the case, then they're like purposely losing what the X-Men was even an allegory for to begin with.
Right. Because remember, at first they didn't want to. There was I forgot who the lady was, but one of the directors was like, "Oh, it's not going to be called the X-Men."
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
That's
They wanted to
disrespectful.
they just wanted to call it X or something like that.
Yeah, like that's stupid. You're stupid.
I remember we talked about that like a year or so ago,
Yeah,
bro. That was a long time
exactly.
ago.
So it's still
Yeah, I
kind
do
of coming
remember that.
back to it a little bit, like,
Because they were like, X-Men is sexist. I
Yeah,
remember that. Oh my gosh.
like,
Okay,
hold
yeah,
on,
okay.
what?
I do remember that.
So
Although okay, so you could have a female focused team, but like you can't just disrespect the X.
it can't be the
I
X-Men.
don't know. It's not. Yeah, you'd be disrespecting so many important characters to the X-Men, unless we're just gender bending everybody.
Scott is going to be a female now. Cyclops is no longer a man; it's a female.
I mean,
Scalina.
that's.
Or they'd be like, "Yo, Scott ain't even the leader anymore. Yo, Jean is the leader."
Okay, so Jean leading is fine, whatever.
I would rather Storm lead though,
or Storm leading would be fine too.
because I mean, she did actually lead the X-Men.
Yeah. So I would be 100% fine with Storm leading for sure, Jean leading, whatever. But like you just not gonna have like Professor X or Wolverine or Scott or Hank or
Yeah, I know.
Some of like
That's my
the
biggest thing.
founding members of the X-Men. I mean, I feel like after X-Men and X2, which were both great, and then you had X3, which was dumpster fire. Then when we had First Class, I felt like was really good, and you could even say, besides outside of the role of Charles, it was female focused. Between Mystique,
you can say that.
And oh my god, her name just fucking zapped right out of my mind. Bitch who turns into diamonds. And
Emma Frost.
Yeah, Frost. Thank you. I was like, oh my god. I mean, like, I don't know. As how I feel, and I really like that movie. I love First Class. I thought that was one of the best of all of the X-Men movies that have come out.
I still like X2 the most, but that's
X-Men X2, of course. I mean, they were genre defining. We were talking about before Spider-Man. These movies came out. So obviously they helped mold the superhero film industry.
Yeah.
And they were really well done. But besides those two, I felt like First Class was it.
No, I'm with you. That's fair. But yeah, look at how the rest of because it basically was a lot of the other movies basically boiled down to like a lot of Jean being the main thing. And it didn't work. The numbers tell you it didn't work neither.
Yeah.
The cells tell you it didn't work.
It's one of the most infamous storylines in the X-Men. I understand why they want to try it twice and fail twice. But there's other stories.
Remember, there's so many.
We got 65 years of X-Men stories, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's so many other things that went on in that story that they just you kind of can't do it trying to focus it so quickly in one movie.
Right.
And then even with the way they was doing it, it just was bad.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't really they had the material, but they really didn't use it.
Right.
And that's been kind of their biggest issue. And that's kind of been Marvel's biggest issue of late. And then it's just like, you see that this path that you're using isn't working, but yet you're still continuing to do it. Why? It's weird, but I'm with you. I think it's really disrespectful, honestly. Like, not the female focus crap. It's just like you if you want that, don't have it be like the main thing of the first X-Men movie. Like, have
Yeah.
Cyclops be the leader, honestly. But if you want it to be Storm, fine. Like we both said, that's fine, whatever. But it don't have to be female focused. It's the X-Men. It could be equal.
Yeah, or like
It
not
don't have
even
to be
focused
one. It don't have to be
on one or
one-sided.
the
It can
other.
be equal.
Exactly. They don't gotta focus on that. But how about we focus on what the fucking issue of the movie is? Who's the villain?
Right.
How about we focus on that?
Yeah, how about we focus on that
How
and
about we
not be
have some
so
action?
focused and hell strung on making it female focused? No.
Some conflict, some rising action,
Exactly. Make it
a
equal.
climax,
Make
some falling
everybody
action.
badasses. It don't have to be one-sided. Like, it don't have to be that.
Oh shit.
And then it's so crazy because then it's just like, and it's the same thing with the WNBA. It's like, bro, don't you like
WNBA
your
out of
main
nowhere?
audience
Why did
isn't even
WNBA come up?
female. Your main audience isn't female.
Yeah.
So why piss off your main audience? Doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I'm with you.
That makes sense.
I'm with you. I haven't heard too much more about the X-Men stuff though, to be honest with you. So I just kind of saw another thing where they were confirming again that they're coming to the MCU, and I was like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah,
like, really?
we've been kind of building this that they're coming to the MCU. So
yeah, we kind of did it.
And then the only other thing, Aquaman 2 did in fact surpass the Marvels in box office in week 2. So there was no. They were talking about maybe it's not even going to be able to pass the Marvels. No, it passed the Marvels. Still not doing great.
Like, that's got to be like I'm sorry. If I'm anybody on the Marvels, if I'm any of the 3 girls, you know, I am so like, that's a slap in the face. We got the big bad Marvel machine behind us, and yet the movie that everybody knows is the end of the DC is that beat us, huh?
It has surpassed.
Focused, huh?
But it is. Let's see. The first one was the biggest DC movie ever at $1.14 billion worldwide haul. Right now, they are at a worldwide $84 million. Oh no, sorry, 82 million in the U.S. and worldwide of 174 million.
And we're talking about Aquaman.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna hit that billion mark that
no.
First did. No,
it's not hitting the billion, but it got a quarter of the way there. They got 250 overall. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! They got it. It did 25%.
Jason Momoa is gonna be he's probably suiting up to be Lobo, right?
Or anything else. I would take a break, bro. If I were Jason Momoa and I seen this shit that's going down, and how DC is acting and Marvel's acting and how the box office is reacting to superhero films, I'd just be like, put Lobo on the back burner. I'm still interested, but let me go do something else.
To be fair, though, I mean, we have no idea when Lobo is going to actually show up.
Sure. That's why I'm saying put it on the back burner. Just like fucking don't worry, don't bother me about it right now. Let me go do some other shit.
The only one would have made, again, because I've said it, I don't want all these crazy freaking, like, again, if James Gunn, all the stuff we've been hearing and all these superheroes going to be in it, I'm not looking forward to the Superman movie. But Lobo would have been fine to be like the only person who like shows up in that movie. It's a Superman guy, and it don't even have to be like him being there for long. It would have been a cool cameo to have Lobo show up for like a fight scene or whatever, or something. Like, I'm here to hunt you for something or whatever. And then Superman besmirches him, and then we move on.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool. Or even if it was just at the end of the movie, at a credit scene or something, a Lobo at a bar or something. That would have been fine.
Right.
Like, that could have been the way you introduce it. But I really hope their mindset isn't like, no, it'd be great. Lobo standalone movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to try to do. If they're talking about a name like Jason Momoa, I mean, that's what they're going to do. I mean, this dude went from a fucking, like, one of the most watched television shows of all time, of Game of Thrones, to the highest grossing DC movie of all time with Aquaman, to are they going to scrape past the Marvels in the box office?
No, that is disrespectful on that side of the Aquaman
Right.
for sure. Yes.
So that's why I'm saying I'd be like, if that was me, I'd be like, bro, no, I command a lot more than that. Like, get me a project that isn't superhero related, and find me something, because he's a good actor. There's no doubt
Oh
about it.
yeah, he
He's good
definitely
at
is.
what he does.
Absolutely.
He's good looking. He can do the
Got the
fight
looks,
scene
got it all.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's got all that shit. So it's like, bro, get him a different like action type movie that has nothing to do with superhero shit, and put him in that, and have him go and do that for a little while, or maybe a serious movie or something, or just something that's different. Before, that's what I would do before going back to like the failing box office that is superhero movies right now.
I don't think it's because it's a superhero genre. It really does come down to this material sucks.
Yeah, that too. I mean, it's a combination of it all. Yeah.
Because I honestly truly believe if the material was still at the quality of the beginning of the MCU, that first, like, the first couple of phases before they decided, before Endgame, all that stuff, it was still that kind of stuff, I think they would be fine.
Yeah.
But now when you're throwing all these heroes that, honest to God, these are not names that move the needle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Eternals is not a name that's going to move the needle. Again, I love Shang-Chi, not a name that's moving needles. Like,
right.
you're picking these, like Morbius and Craven, and like you're picking these people where you're just like, why the hell are you using these guys to be your main guys?
To be your main guys, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like, this is just stupid.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you were still using the high names, I think they would be okay. But they're not doing that. So it's kind of like you make the genre become bad. And then you make it where it's like, now everybody's expecting these movies to suck. Because no offense, like, Ant-Man is cool and all, but again, that's not a name that's going to be continuously moving your genre. Like, you need to put some big time names out there. We haven't got any.
Right.
You put Hulk in a fucking thing with She-Hulk.
There's none left.
And then you made him a joke.
Left. There's no names left. What are we gonna do? We got new Captain America. We got Ironheart for Iron Man.
Oh my God.
A new Black Panther. Killed Kang. Possibly not coming back. He's fired. He's done. No Kang left.
Okay.
Loki was pretty much wrapped up at the end of that season.
Yeah.
He could be all done.
But this is on them, though. These are their ideas.
Who's Doom even gonna fight, bro? Everyone's saying bring Doom in. Doom's gonna save the MCU. Who's he gonna fight? Who?
Who? I'm with you. Who is he gonna fight? The Fantastic Four. Oh, okay.
Doom's gonna skull fuck anybody that steps in his path right now. Like, absolutely obliterate, butt rape, and cremate anybody.
Hold on, sir. Pornhub is no longer allowed in Greenville, or I think in North Carolina now. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yes,
they North Carolina has shut down Pornhub. It's become
so you need
the next state to get rid of the hub.
So you gotta be careful what you say. But nah, you right though. You are right. Who he gonna fight? Damn, who he gonna fight?
Sue.
He gonna fight Sue. He gonna have to fight Thing.
That was just Sue.
Just Sue?
The Fantastic Four is now just Sue Richards.
That is true though. They did say she gonna be the main of everything, so it's just Sue now.
It's really just it's down to Sue, Storm.
She has all their powers now too. The Fantastic Four is technically they're still using that name to get suckers to show up, but you're gonna find out at the beginning all of them died, and their powers got transferred to her, so she is the Four. She's just keeping the name going.
Now it's called the Fantastic Four.
See, I knew you was gonna go there. CJ's, that's why we got no damn sponsors.
She's just gonna put like an invisible
you get
force
that phone
field.
call and be like, you know what? We think it's time to sponsor you guys. They just play in the background the Fantastic Whore. What did he just say? Do he know what type of movement we're in now? It'd be like a female I'm talking to too. She's like, it's the Me Too movement. That bastard. Oh, come on, man. Make that serious. What did you just say? Nothing. Yeah.
Sue's gonna project a force field and just chop off the circulation of the victor's balls, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be it for Doom. Sorry, Doom.
Damn, man, this movie was shorter than I thought it was. Damn. Credit roll. Like, oh shit.
Credit rolls.
Cool.
Shit.
Nah, you right though. The end this whole thing. You right though. Like, it is getting to a point where it's like the names that he's gonna be fighting, that's not really impressive.
Right.
So it's like that's where all the rumors of like, oh, everybody's coming back. It's sad that this is what you have to resort to, though.
Yeah, I mean, he will have the Fantastic Four and X-Men, depending on who that consists of.
Hopefully, we have the X-Men.
Yeah, hopefully we have Fantastic Four.
Hopefully, we even have Blade.
We will see.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. It might just be the Fantastic Four. It might just be Shang-Chi, Widow 2.
Shang-Chi versus Doom.
I mean, hey, they buffed him, so you got to do something.
Doom will just send a bot.
We'll have Punk Hulk because he's a punk now. We'll have She-Hulk. She can twerk on him.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Shit.
That's tight. That's what I'm looking for right there.
We'll have Black Cat.
Black Cat belongs to Sony. Sony ain't giving up Black Cat.
You know what I'm saying? We have Black Cat. Black Captain America. Black Cat be right out there.
Oh, Black Cap. Oh, I thought
Black
you said
Cap.
Black Cat.
Nah, Black Cat.
Yeah.
Black Cap would be out there, you know.
You guys, good old Sam. Yep. He'll be out there.
He'll be out there. Sounds like a real cool movie to be watching right there. I'm excited for that. Ironheart, old Riri. Yep.
Goodness. All right. We'll call it there before we get too depressed.
That's too late.
It's too late. We appreciate y'all hanging with us, either live or on the replay. Hit that like button, and we will catch y'all next week. We'll be back next Wednesday, 8 or 9, just kind of depending, somewhere in between, perhaps. But yeah, we'll see you then. As always, stay villainous.